Alright, quick update on the 64 Daytona. Pretty much ready to start it. Let's go over a few of the things we've done. Got the interior, vacuumed it up. I'm real happy with this car. It's real solid. As mentioned, there's some holes back in these two corners. You can see the light coming in there. Boy, that won't focus at all, will it? Anyway, and those are relatively easy to fix, but the rest of the floor pan's really good. And except for over here on the driver's side, there are some places that need some work, and we'll get that done. So I do have the cover that goes over the shifter for the 4-speed. And hey, what's that? Those aren't used with a bench seat. Alright, well, I should have took that out. I guess you'll see what's going to happen here, but we've got a little upgrade going on. So those of you who know what that is, sitting there on that transmission tunnel. So anyway, let's look under the hood. Everything's pretty much ready under here. I do have a temperature gauge now mounted here, so I got a temperature gauge and a direct reading oil pressure gauge. Temperature gauge is electric with a Stewart Warner sender. The battery's in, and I just, for Bob Palma, just want to make sure he sees that. I do have a factory original battery hold down. We got the top radiator hose, and I don't know if you'll see it. Yeah, the bottom radiator hose is on. I did disconnect the heater hoses and put just blanks, temporarily put blanks in there. The window distributor is in and set, everything's set. The plug wires, I did get a battery and got a disconnect for the battery. I like those when you're working on a car. I did find a few issues with the harness underneath the dash, so I went ahead and did a temporary wiring to be able to start and run the car and even drive it a little bit. Wired up the brake lights, and the brake lights do work. So that's what that wiring is running along there. That's the temporary wiring. You see it's going to the solenoid. And, so right now the alternator is not going to do anything but sit there and spin because it's not hooked up. So pretty much everything's ready now under the hood. We'll push the car out. I don't want to start it under the carport because I don't want to take a chance on a fire. But we'll push it out and jack the back of it up so I can run it through the gears without driving. You can see it's jacked up there just in case the engine were to crank, turn over while I was doing the wire and testing it. So pretty much we're ready to go and get it pushed out. I want to get the seat back in, so I'll show you that in a little while. But there's the 54 sitting there. Had it out several times today. I love driving that car. Anyway, be back in a little while. Alright, so here's the upgrade. A set of split reclining seats. A whole lot better than that old bench seat that was in there. The shifter still clears. I'm going to get the shifter surround and boot and everything on. first thing tomorrow. It is reclining. They do work. They both work great. These came out of I think a 66 maybe. I've got the back seat also. So, don't know whether I'm going to try to dye them or just get them recovered in red, but they're a lot better than what was on it, and still keeps the the bench type shifter, and because that's kind of unique, as several people have noted. So good upgrade. The seats are pretty good shape. Got these a number of years ago at York, so decided to use them in this car. So tomorrow we'll try to start this thing up.